Hi. Welcome. Welcome to my tiny tube. My name is Marge. I'm Hilka. I am empath to the nth. Every day I discover more and more all that I am. I almost didn't want to do a second talk today. It is a hard day for me on the 45th parallel. So I'm going to call it truce. And that truce is for all of those that are feeling powerless today. Like me, calling a truce to powerlessness. I yield. I believe in divine everything. Everything is a beautiful orchestra of cosmic harmonic convergence, and quite simply, people are out of tune with themselves, and it's really quite synchronistic that Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure is about what it's about. Doesn't surprise me at all. Nothing does. I believe that we are all puppets on planetary energetic strings with free will. That didn't fit in the title. It's too long. Didn't feel right. Hi, Benno. Come on in, Benno. We've been waiting for you, Benny. I had to put the window unit back in today. It's hot, and I have so much energy. Mary's son, Mars, is about to move back into Aries for 6 months. I am just pumping energy. Also, my rising sign ascendant is Cancer. So I am fury, passion, all of those intense feelings at the high end and the low end too. So I hung out with little Marge today. Little turtle. I got a picture of me. Better what to do with that picture of me in a Marge show. Right here, Marge. Better not take it. They're right there. And when I have days like I did this morning, we hang out. I was this little funny talker. Can you see that without seeing my screen? Yeah. Little Marge. Yeah. I must have been like 5 in that picture. 4, 5, 4. That was right before I moved up. I think that's the picture that was taken at Sprouse Ritz when I told that story the other day. I remember that little dress. It was a blue dress. I already had a lifetime worth of stuff happen to me at that point. I want people to it would behoove folks to keep in mind in the next few months when you're feeling angry, because everybody's going to feel it. All those do-gooders, all the loving lighters that never get mad about anything. Look out. Them bitches be crazy. They're the ones, the quiet ones, they're the ones that are scarier, because you don't know what they do, because they don't know what they can do, because they never let their emotions go. And so people that never acknowledge their emotions and deny them all the time, well, that denial is gonna erupt like a volcano or a 7.4 earthquake, like the one that happened right this morning while I was wrapping up. I looked down and I was like, or after I hit stop stream, I looked down and it said 7.7. They reduced it, and last I heard there wasn't loss of life at all. My brother's wife, her family's from down there, so I sent her a text and wished them well. I guess they didn't feel it. I don't know. Anyway, astrology's really firing up, as within, so without. That's the thing, is like, it, I really do all that I can to not be afraid of things. I've been afraid of things my whole life, and then, bad things happen anyway. So then you live in the vibration of fear, and then bad things happen, So it's like, what are you making the bad things happen? Stop being afraid of stuff. So never be afraid. Isn't that what they... Never fear or something like that? Isn't that what they say in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Anyway. But it's a vibrational frequency, and I'm prone to it because I've had a lot of scary stuff happen to me, and I'm getting older now, and it's really getting harder to handle. You know, and mom's getting older, everybody's getting older, everybody's getting more sensitive, you know. I'm getting more sensitive, and sometimes I don't even know what to do with that. I don't, all these tender, you know, motherly feelings, and then I track astrology, and then it's like, oh, it's because of the Cancer in me, my Cancer rising, you know. All these placements are just, you know, we have all these different versions of who we could be with our planetary alignments, and the things that people are picking and choosing right now. It's just, it's breaking their own hearts, and we're really going to start seeing that act out in a really, really big way. And you can see the control freaks are shorting out. They're freaking out, you know. Everybody's figuring it out that, okay, the riots didn't work, and then now, so okay, let's cue phase 2 of scandemic. You know, commence more people. People get sick and die every day. So are people, if everybody's just like dying of the Rona, does that mean they're not dying of anything else now? Is everybody living like so good that no more DUIs, no more homicides, no more, you know, domestic violence, none of, because everybody's just like so all of a sudden emergically immersed in health that they're look like freaking fools. And it's the control freaks. And have you noticed them? All the people that are gonna mandate more rules and regulations don't even do the same. Don't even do what they ask their constituents to do. What's that? Hypocrisy? Hypocrisy is among us, folks. When are people gonna freaking start figuring that stuff out? You know, it's just all bullshit. We're all the same. Ain't no human being have the right to tell another human being what to do. We all have free will. We all have free choice. If you want to deal with the consequences that are related to that choice, like if I get the Rona and die, don't know why I do that, haven't had a cold, don't get the flu. Heck, I barely have allergies. Why, this ain't my demic at all. This is dim-demic, or rep-demic. It's a circle of greed. I'm really tired of seeing the people back and forth. I'm like, oh, they're not getting it yet. They're still thinking that one side is, you know, they're not realizing that everything that they hate and things that they see are all the things that they hate in themselves. It's Psych 101. It's really kind of funny when people are like, it's just so right there, man. And I was the stupid kid, and I get this. So all y'all all y'all people, you know, making exorbitant prices and cost of things so that you can put your kids through college and stuff. Can I get a refund? Because your kids are stupid. Yeah. Because people that don't educate themselves, you know, and they believe whatever they're told, the numbers don't even add up. The numbers don't even add up. It's just, you know, and when have they ever said anything true? I ask this question all the time, and I can never seem to get an answer. When is any official politician or otherwise named himself, have they ever said a narrative that was true? Like, oh my gosh, this happened, and this is what we're going to do, and it's going to make it better. They've never done anything, but the budgets keep getting bigger, the cracks keep getting wider, and the earth keeps shaking. I listened to Astrology Hub talk, doing a talk by Astrology Hub before this one, and they got it going on over there. But she was talking about Anne. I think it's Anne with an E, Anna. It's a derivative of my name, but it's not the same spelling. So we have likenesses. We're not pin, you know, right on. But spot on. She was talking about how, what's his face, George Washington. Go listen to her tell it, but ultimately, bottom line is, old boy had freaking other people's teeth in his mouth for dentures. Yeah. I mean, the history it's just, we're going to see how infantile the men in charge are. And which ones that like to wear dresses. I don't care if men wear dresses. Heck, I saw a guy walking up the road, and I'm sure he identifies with, I'm sure he does. He was just born in the wrong body. And he's not comfortable. And that's what's really cool thing about happening. It's like people are creating their own avatars. I'm watching the Airbender, or Avatar, The Last Airbender, on recommendation. It's pretty cool. I like it. Because I can bend a lighter. So what am I? A fluid bender? A liquid bender? I've done some funny stuff with water. Electricity, too. I'm just glitchy. People are figuring out. Mike Peace Dealer, he's talking about people finding their superpowers, and I know what mine are for a year. My chakras are aligned, y'all. I can pick up bullshitter for, their lack of vibration is what it is. It's like they're funny and they got it going on, but they just don't got that little glint in their eye. There's always something missing. Anyway, they're also talking about Leonardo da Vinci, the great mind, a great mind. I don't know a whole lot about him. I should go down that anthole. Art. I've always been into art, so I know that, and I also know that I've seen the astrological stories about how they do the representation. I've seen talks about that of all the planets from because there's 12 people and there's and everyone is like the Virgos, the feminine. It's really cool. It's really cool. Just like the title says, puppets on planetary streams, man. We're all connected. Everything makes sense, man, and people are gonna start figuring out. It's just real scary. I know how. I remember when that eclipse happened 3 years ago. I was here in Oregon, and where it started, and I was drinking again after 13 years sober, just because I had so much rage and so much anger, and a lot of this was ancestral, and a lot of this was karmic because I cooperated and I did things and I joined systems that weren't for they're good for me because I learned, and obviously I'm not still there, but my spirit does have a higher purpose. We live such a short time on Earth. If I'm lucky, my life is half over. If I'm freaking lucky. Probably isn't, though. It's because I try so hard not to get mad. But your endocrine system, it can only transmute that so long before your bounce back is hard, And then with heat and temperature, everybody's getting more sensitive, man. I haven't had I got a fan going, and I put the window unit back in today, and I just got to do the best I can to keep it cool for the dogs and mom. It's just a little while longer. I just got to hang in a little while longer. Just be patient. Just, and I got scared today because everybody keeps talking about how mad people are going to get. And I'm just like, I already get mad. I don't want to get madder, So if I meet some jackal that gets in my face out in the world, I always know how to handle myself. That's not a problem. I'm tiny, but I'm freaking loud. Have you ever heard a tiger roar? I heard one once, or a lion. It was a lion. It was a lion. It was a lion. It was the roar of a lion. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I was born to hear the tiger. Anyway, I got to hear one time, and it wasn't even a full roar. And there was nobody else around. A girl I knew, I couch surfed, crashed on her couch before I went in the Air Force. She worked at Sacramento Zoo. She probably still does. I go in and I take pictures of the animals, and then when I drop her off at work and stuff like that, or look at them and stuff, and this one day this lion just roared, and I just felt it. I felt it in my soul. It woke something. I mean, it's like, I don't know how many people have ever been around a tornado, There was one. It didn't touch ground. I have pictures of the neighborhood afterward. Some news sources say there was, but I know that there were 90-mile-an-hour winds, something like that. I know that there was a twister out my window because when I opened the window and I saw the wind and how fast it was going and the speed of it, that it was another occasion where it shook my soul. And that's when I lived in Vincent on 63rd Street, and it was on the street, like feet from me, and it followed the road. And I was just like, and it's one of those, you go back to sleep and it's the grace that saves you from, oh, did that really happen? And the next day it's like, holy, yeah. And the realization of that the timeline would have flipped any other way, that could have been it right there, I mean, the trees in that neighborhood are old and big, and there's like several down. I mean, and that's the thing is that was my account. I was in Crete for Operation Iraqi Bullcrap. But when you see things like that, or you see the aftermath of like any kind of natural disaster, it does something to you. It makes things feel like, okay, it's like wakes up your spirit to any time. We've all of our spirits have been in a civil war before because we've all reincarnated. And oftentimes we're reincarnated in the same family lines to learn not to do that again. Don't be a jerk. Stop acting like that. But my mommy and my daddy told me to hate them, and because their mommy and their daddy told me to hate them, and on and on. Well, why? I don't know. You're just doing what you. I was just doing my job squad. I was just doing my job squad. Fall of civilization is happening because of I was just doing my job squad. I'm just getting paid to do my job, so I just do this. And my job description says only I can do this, and I can't do anything else to this. And if I vary, then I could be liable. I could get in trouble and liable. What's liable? I might have to be held responsible for something. What are you responsible for doing? I don't know. I broke a rule. A rule made by who? The rule maker. Who told him to make a rule? I could go. I mean, my parents hated me. I've asked questions my whole entire. That's why people don't like me. It's just I always ask a question, and oftentimes when it comes to the heart stuff, I'll just go right to it. Life's too short. I want to know who people are, and I don't want to freaking mess around and try and play games and try to figure out, because I already know, And people like to play games with me. Oh, she always talks about she's an empath and she knows what I'm, Oh, okay, let's see. No, I'll go along. Sure, I'll go along with you. And I'm not always right. I'm not 100%. Ain't nobody's 100% of anything. Not even a circle is full. So, Da Vinci, she was talking about some facts I didn't know about him. Things that he does that I do. I was tested for this, because I think so fast that my body doesn't cooperate with my mind. My penmanship is a testament of that. And I'm left-handed, but I can write right too. I can write right and left-handed at the same time in a mirror effect. Letters, numbers, both ways. Congruent and backwards and forwards. Can lots of people do that? Maybe everybody can do that, and I'm the only one that talks about it. Anyway, I feel like I've rambled on long enough. So I thought that was cool, though, that I'm like, oh my god, my mind does something that Leonardo freaking Da Vinci does, and plus I can paint too. All kinds of different mediums, different styles. You know why? Because I'm full spectrum. All of us are. I just tapped into more of my spectrum than most people care to. I didn't want to. I didn't want to know what the hand of evil felt like, ever. Most people don't want that. Most people don't want to wonder, where were my parents? Maybe they made some cash, who knows? I don't know the story, so all I can do is wonder. And then people are like, you're volatile. You wonder things that are really dark and really... you mean shadow stuff? Oh, you mean because it ain't all love and light? Oh, because you ain't nothing, because you made a world for yourself that ain't nothing ever bad happened to you? Good for you. Guess what? Things are changing. End of the year, a lot of people are going to freaking break. You got to break to build yourself back up. And if they don't build themselves up, they're going to miss out on the new earth, where things are really going to get good. Hope you have a rad evening. Peace.